My name is Ismail Abdul Hakim, and today I am interviewing Imam Nadim of the West End Community Mosque. How has the West End been involved with the Atlanta area, such as the West End Mosque?
It's been involved in many different areas. The mosque in particular, we get involved with feeding the homeless and feeding the hungry. We also provide neighborhood patrols to try to keep the crime down in the area. Involved in, as far as education, the mosque does health education. We do martial arts, Tai Chi. Offer different services to various members of the community. And also just being here, it's an added plus just being a part of this community. We've been here since about 1976.
So, but in reference to you all having the patrols at night and taking pictures and things of that nature, do you think that you all were the first ones to have done that, or the first ones that have been effective in doing that?
I think in this area, we probably the first ones that started doing that.
Okay.
I don't know if people around the country were doing things like that because we were here during the height of the crack epidemic, and there were crack houses all around, and people at the park, were trying to use the park for prostitution and dealing. And so, what the problem in many African American communities is people don't confront illegal activity, and so if you confront it or carefront it, then people will respond to that. But if you just let it go, if you have your neighbor selling drugs and you don't say anything, then it destroys a neighborhood. Basically, higher socioeconomic class moving in. The cons of it is that the people who've been living here for 40, 50 years, their tax rates increases. They get priced, even if their home is paid for, then they have to pay higher taxes. It impacts the schools. There's this effort, you see the people trying to charterize everything, and that takes funds from the public schools. And so you're seeing even I think Brown right here, that was a high school when I first came in. They're renovating that, and so, which is good, but who are they renovating it for? And so I think it's important because we tend to not take ownership of properties. We want to rent. We'll stay in apartments as opposed to renting and holding on to our properties. I still own the building that the school was in. It's not a school anymore. We again, there are probably close to maybe 20, 30 Muslim schools in the area right now. But again, when we had it, there was only one.
How has the West End Community Mosque changed, the type of conflict that has been occurring in the past few years in the West End?
Well, just being here, when we first got here, there was a lot of overt or obvious criminal activity, drug dealing, all sorts of domestic violence happening. And so our presence, and one of the things is that a lot of times there's a saying from the founder of the mosque, Imam Jamil Al-Amin, it said it's better to keep the peace than to have to make the peace.